Hello, today we are going to do an unboxing of REALME GT8 Pro. Alright, so I have the box in front of me. It looks pretty heavy. And first we need to cut the tapes that are on the back, so I had to deal with the tape, so I have to cut it. And now we'll be able to see what's inside. Okay, so we need to pull it up. In here we have our first box. We need to open it up. And in here, I bet we have some accessories. Let's move it on the left side for now. First thing that appears is a USB-A to USB-C cable to charge our phone. For now, also I will place it next to me, and let's see what we have else. And we have some paperwork. We have the safety guide. Let's take a look. And here we can see what languages it supports, and many more. That's not the most interesting part. We have the quick guide, and I think that is all when it comes to that. Yeah. So nothing more in here except the case. That's the biggest thing actually. So we have a pretty cool gray silicone case. It looks pretty solid, and I think that later I will put it on my phone. But just for now, let me place it next to me, and let's go with our phone. Here it is. For now, I'll also place it next to me, and I think that is all. Yeah, this is actually glued to the back of the packaging, so it's impossible to get it out. There is nothing more. As you could see, also let me show you the back of this case. So when it comes to my version, it has 12 gigabytes of the RAM, and the internal storage is 256 gigabytes. I'm sorry. You can see the Snapdragon flagship chipset on our phone. It supports up to 120 watts ultra charge. When it comes to the wireless, we have 50, 2K resolution, up to 144 Hz refresh rate. The maximum brightness is 7000 nits. Same thing with the battery capacity, the same number, 7000 milliampere hours. When it comes to the cameras, they are the Rikos and the 200 megapixel tele camera, and IP69 dust and water resistance. So that's the thing that is written on the packaging. Now let me get out the thing that we are interested in the most. We have our phone. The first impression, it's pretty light, I would say, when it's without the case. Maybe, I'm sure that it will be a little bit, it will weigh a little bit more, but still feels really comfortable to hold it in my hands. The weight of this device is around 216 grams, something like that. When it comes to the front, we have the Gorilla Glass 7i. The frames are made of aluminium. Let me only get it out of the case. Alright. You can take a look how it presents. Of course, USB-C cable. In here we have our tray for the SIM cards. I'll open it up in a second. I would say that the first impression is pretty cool. You can see that the camera looks pretty interesting. It's really big, that island. You can take a look how to present. So I would really recommend to have this phone in a case, so you won't, for example, damage your camera by mistake. In here we can reach that we have 200 megapixel camera. But for me, I think that the biggest advantage of this phone is actually its huge battery. Wow, 7,000 milliampere hours is really big value. My device is, just like I was saying, 12 gigabytes of the RAM and 256 gigabytes of internal storage. I'm sorry, but we have higher values from what I'm looking at. We have even 512 gigabytes of internal storage, 16 gigabytes of the RAM, and the biggest internal storage that is possible is 1 terabyte. Of course, with 16 gigabytes of the RAM. All right. Actually, even the color is pretty interesting. It's like purple gray. I don't know how to call it actually. In the camera, it looks a little bit different. It looks more like a purple, but from my perspective, it's more gray. Also, a pretty cool texture of the back. It's like leather. Just to be more precise, it's this silicone polymer, which is actually an eco leather. It feels really cool under the finger. I like the texture. Alright, so now let's launch our phone. You could see that it came to me without the charger, so we have to buy it separately. And just like I was saying before, the maximum, the supported charger is 120 watts. Actually, it was written even on the box that it comes without the charger. Alright, we have the setup process, so let's go straight quickly through it. Let me quickly go through. Let's click on next. Of course, I think that I don't need to tell you that we don't have a 3.5 millimeter jack when it comes to the sound. That's the thing that is not in common right now. Alright, I don't want to copy any of those things. I would like to take some pictures using that 200 megapixel mode. Alright, let's keep everything. Let me actually place the phone in the case maybe. Alright, let's keep it up. And let's go through. Alright, the Google Chrome, that's not actually the big thing. Alright, are we ready? Yes, we are. Okay, let's go straight with the refresh rate. I think that it's already set on the maximum value. Let's go into the display and brightness, and in here I would like to see its screen resolution. In here, currently it's actually set on the standard, so let's put it on high. Quad HD plus. Let's go with OK. You can see the resolution currently on the screen. It's the 2K. And let me adjust only the brightness a little. I'll decrease it, maybe not that much. Okay, I think that'll be okay. Screen refresh rate, currently it's the auto select. Let's put it on the high, and just like I was saying, up to 144 Hz refresh rate. So that is pretty high. Usually phones nowadays has up to 120, so 144 is pretty nice thing. So currently when we are swiping and moving on our home screen, when we are scrolling the internet, it feels so smooth that it's like going with a 1000 degree butter through the butter. So feels really smooth. You won't see it on camera because it's recording in 60 FPS only, but you just need to believe me. And I think that everybody that has ever had a phone with at least 120 Hz refresh rate knows what I'm talking about, how smooth it is, and it gives me simply fun. Alright, when it comes to the GPU, for example, on this device we have the Adreno 840. That's the GPU on our device. The size of the screen is 6.79 inches. And let's launch the camera. I would like to really take a look on the photos. We also have a pretty bunch of features, including the AI. Alright. Let me open up the settings. HDR is enabled. That's good to see. We can also change the adaptive frame rate. Well, alright, I believe that's the high resolution, but I would like to make sure. Oh, there it was, high resolution. Alright, yeah. Above we can see 200 megapixel mode. So let's try to take a photo. Maybe. Can I launch the HDR in here? I think not. Maybe it's even already set. You can also see that when we are using 200 megapixel mode, the maximum zoom, and actually the only zoom level, is 3x. We cannot go lower than that. We cannot go higher than that. The only thing that we can adjust is we can turn on the flashlight and the flash, and we can adjust the exposure when we tap on the screen to gain the focus, and then slide up, down, or up to change the exposure level. So let's try to take a photo using that 200 megapixel mode. Maybe it would be actually better if I would go outside, but I think that we'll handle it. Okay, let's wait a little. It needs to generate that photo. Okay, it says it's done. I need to agree to the photos, and from what I'm seeing, the quality is actually really brilliant. Everything is shape, everything is on the exact place. I can even see the details that I'm sure that I wouldn't even see on different devices. As we tap on the photo, you can see that it's mode with the Pro Mode 16K Ultra HD. I'm really satisfied in also the colors. They are really brilliant. Let's get back for now. Let me also take a photo using this only the photo. Maybe even with this mode. I'm wondering what we can adjust in here. Just like I was saying, when it comes to the simple photo mode, we have 50 megapixels. So let's take a photo. Okay, it didn't gain the focus, so let me tap and do it once again. I have tapped to get the focus on the keyboard that's lying in front of me. And in here we have the quality of the photo. It's a little bit dark in the place that I'm recording, so the quality might not be, and actually the result might not be that good. I should have gone outside to take the photo, but still everything is clear and we can see everything perfectly. So for example, when I'm zooming in to the keyboard, we can see every symbol. For example, I know that the O button, the O key, has possibility to increase the brightness. I can see this icon on many devices. Actually, when I would take a photo, there's a huge chance that the whole key would be blurred so much that I wouldn't be able to see anything. I really would like to rotate the photo. Let's also take let's record a quick video using our camera. You can see that when it comes to the main camera, maximum resolution is up to 8K, and Unfortunately, only with 30 FPS, but still 8K is, you know, such a big resolution that I think that I don't need to add anything more. When it comes to the 4K, we have up to 120 FPS. So actually, let's record a video really quick. All right, let's play it really quick. Maybe let me only mute it. Well, I'm pretty impressed to be sure, to be honest. All right, for now I will delete it. When it comes to recording and using the front camera, rear camera, I'm sorry, we can record a video with 4K and 60 FPS. Wow, that's also cool stuff. Okay, I think that's all when it comes to the features, and we also have pretty important thing. For example, the price of this device, and in Europe it will be around 900 euros. So I think that the price for the things that this phone offers is really attractive. That's actually the price of my version. I'm talking about 12 gigabytes of the RAM and 256 gigabytes of the internal storage. The higher versions will be a little bit, you know, more expensive. The 512 gigabytes will be at least 100 euros above. Higher, I mean, than the version that I have. When it comes to the SIM cards, that will be the last thing. When it comes to this unboxing, I'm wondering, I'll want to open it up, but I need to get something to do it. All right, we have the tray right in here, so let's insert and let's get out the tray. As you can see, we have place for 2 nano SIM cards. Let's get it back. Unfortunately, we are not allowed to insert an SD card. It's simply impossible. We don't have space for it. And if you have the European version, actually international version, you can also set up your eSIM. Okay, so my final thoughts are that this device is really, really cool, and I'm pretty impressed. Also, when it comes to the size, it's not that small and it's not that big. So for me, it's like a perfect 6.79 inches is, for me, is a really satisfying value, and the size, I can comfortably grab it in my one hand. It won't fall off. And maybe only that cameras and that island are pretty big. And when I would place my phone flat just like that, you can see that it's bouncing a little because it's actually lying on the camera currently. So what I highly recommend to do is to put it in that case, so we won't, for example, damage our camera by a misclick. So that's how it is. Alright, and that's all in this video. Thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe.